So when we were doing our stink water nutrient drench for the raised bed here, we left a little bit on one of our compost beds close to the porch. And that was a big mistake. The dogs are just all in it trying to eat it, worse than they were, and it's like this stuff here. It's so dense, so heavy, that we did not get all of it and just dump the whole thing on the bed. I got just enough out of here, and then when I tried to move the container somewhere else, it was just a bit too heavy, so I poured some of it in a nearby bed, thinking, rain is going to dilute it. A lot of the water, the stink water, is just going to go down into the bed, and then over a few days, sunlight and rain would just dry it out, dilute it, dry it out, and that would be it. But the dogs had other ideas, I guess. So we need to get that and maybe bury it somewhere. Watch out. Here comes the stink water. Ooh, nasty, nasty stinking stuff. Okay, bye-bye stink water mess. So this is the wetland zone 1 here, where the taro and stuff are. Tons of worms here. It's already pretty nutrient rich. Hopefully the dogs do not dig this up. All right, just pack it down there. Now maybe it can grow another 1,000-foot pumpkin next year. So this is our bucket of stink water, and it's probably only like 6 or 8 inches at the bottom. But what are we going to do with this? How about let's make some stink water logs? You remember how we were doing the urine log experiment last year that got kind of foiled by our neighbors or lawn maintenance people spreading gasoline all over the area, killed our pumpkin tree plants, our jujube. It got our a few other plants that we planted there. So let's see if we can find some little logs, nice size branches to work. Right there's one right there. Down a little bit, and there's one right there. So we'll put a little bit of water in here. We'll let rain fill it up over time. We want it to stick out of the bucket so we don't have to grab there in the stink water area. So we'll just pull them out when we're done, bury them just like we did the urine logs, and we'll take it from there. So we'll let them soak for a while. These guys are already sort of dried out, rotten, so they're mostly just carbon without any green material in them. And the theory is they should absorb the nutrients of the stink water and maybe slow release it in once we bury them in the ground. And then, plant pumpkins or something else over top of them and just see how it goes. It's a really long one, so we'll just have to see if we can smack it on the ground and get it a little bit shorter. A few more in here. Now, a lot of these guys did not break where I wanted them to break, so we'll have extras for other raised bed stuff there. Okay, so we got some more sticks and branches in here, and we got a little bit more to do. We'll probably finish it up before we stop this video tomorrow, maybe. It's almost sundown and it's time to get the kids. I'll fill it about halfway up with water and let rain, fill up the rest, over time. So I guess the theory or whatever is that rain during a lightning storm, nitrogen is in the air already. Lightning charges or ionizes the air and the water, and when that happens, nitrogen is in the water that comes down. So I'm assuming when it's raining without lightning and thunder and all, it's probably not happening. But we'll just let half of the bucket get full with rainwater, hopefully some charged or ionized water full of nitrogen, and hopefully that helps. Just gives us that much more fertilizer, plant plant food, fuel, whatever. Alright, so we got a few more logs in here, and we'll over time try to put stuff in these little crevices and pockets. And a lot of them are really high. That's okay. I try to like break them off if they are super high, but these will be good handles. And when we actually use them, I'll probably like pull them out and just break them off, you know, give it a good kick down, you know, and maybe break them off into multiple segments. If we don't just dig like a really long hole, we might just dig like a 12-inch hole or 8-inch hole or something, and then bury them in multiple pieces. Or like I said, we might bury them in just a long bed and just plant stuff over top of them. But that's it. Hopefully we'll see progress within the next 8 months or year, and we'll probably make a few videos like when we actually go and harvest these stink water logs and bury them in the ground. I did fill the water maybe close to halfway up, so if we get rain over the next couple months to fill it up, that's ideal. If not, I'll just put a little bit more water over time in it, and I'll probably add more nutrients like leaves or whatever, coffee, old tea, juices, and still treat it like an active coffee beer or coffee brew, fertilizer or whatever. And yep, so these old carbon here, mostly carbon, should absorb the nutrients, slow release it into the soil, and you plant over it, and hopefully the roots grab those nutrients and grow without supplemental feeding